Who created this earth, this universe, and all of humanity? If you are a religious person, your answer will likely be God. No matter which religion you follow, only the name of your creator differs. Every religious person will mention their God as the creator of everything. But how did we come to this idea? We all come into this world from our mother's womb. Have you ever noticed how a newborn looks at the world? Everything is unfamiliar to them, and questions fill their eyes. Naturally, the first person they look at is their mother. Yes, your mother gave birth to you, but she didn't create this planet. Then the child looks at their father. No, he doesn't have the power to create all this either. Eventually, the child looks around at everyone, realizing that no one seems to have the ability to create such a world. So, humanity arrived at the conclusion that there must be a powerful being above, a great figure who created all this. Because we are human, we tend to think that this being is also human, only larger. But one thing is certain: we didn't create any of this. We may have explored, invented, and discovered, but we haven't created anything. This much is clear. Now, we need an explanation. The question is, do you want an explanation, or do you want to seek the answer yourself? If you seek the answer, you will reach a certain realization within yourself. But if you seek an explanation from someone else, you'll be left with only two options: either to believe or not believe. If you believe, you may gain some comfort, but not clarity. If you disbelieve, you'll end up confused. And confusion can be beautiful if you know how to embrace it. But most people don't know how to handle confusion with joy. Instead, they become distressed. The most significant aspect of human intelligence is recognizing the unknown and admitting, "I don't know." But most people fall into the trap of believing in something they don't actually know. This is a dangerous problem. We've done unspeakable things to each other throughout history, just because one person believes in one thing, while another believes in something else, and we continue to do so. Why? Because when I believe something, and you believe something else, my belief feels threatened by your existence. It's easier to think, it would be better if you were gone. Because my belief says one thing, and your belief says another, we can't coexist peacefully. We can pretend for a while, but as soon as we face reality, conflict arises. Why is it so difficult to accept the unknown? If you have functional intelligence, you will admit, "I don't know." Isn't it a wonderful thing for a human being to recognize the unknown and say, "I don't know"? What's the problem with that? Saying, "I don't know," opens up infinite possibilities. Only when you realize "I don't know" can the desire to know, the search for truth, and the possibility of discovery become real. But instead of admitting ignorance, people choose to believe in something. Then, they surround themselves with others who share the same belief. And if they find themselves among those with different beliefs, conflict is inevitable. Human intelligence operates at its best when it acknowledges ignorance. If I think I know, I become foolish because I start making assumptions. But if I realize I don't know, my intelligence remains alert and awake. Do you want to keep your intelligence sharp, or do you want to dull it? When you realize you don't know, you become attentive, alert, and highly conscious. But when you think you know, you end up doing the most absurd things. If you truly see, "I don't know," there is no conflict with anyone. Knowing always leads to conflict. In yogic culture, there's an idea, an event if you will, that yogis establish their identity with their ignorance, never with their knowledge. Because no matter how much you know, it's still just a drop in the ocean of existence. But your ignorance is boundless. If you identify with your ignorance, you become limitless, unbounded. If you identify with your knowledge, you become constrained, constipated, and life becomes a slow, painful process, inching forward bit by bit. Look at how people live today, struggling immensely to find just a moment of joy. So much effort is required just to feel a fleeting moment of excitement. But if you want to live every moment with boundless joy, with every cell of your body bursting with bliss, you must identify with your ignorance. You must accept it. If you acknowledge your ignorance and pay enough attention, you will naturally be focused, won't you? And when you pay enough attention, you'll realize that despite all the knowledge humanity has accumulated, we still don't fully understand even an atom. We know how to use it, combine it, split it, even create explosions with it. But do we really know what it is? If you pay attention, you'll see that we don't really know anything. We don't even know what water truly is, though we know how to use it. Just watch a child. Observe how their eyes are filled with wonder, how they ask endless questions and focus intently on things. Whenever they encounter something new, their curiosity is boundless. You need to bring that same quality into yourself. If you pay enough attention, this universe will reveal itself to you. The doors of creation open only to those who pay enough attention. Whatever doors have opened in your life have done so because you were attentive to certain aspects of life. That's how everything happens. And if your attention is such that you're not focusing on just one thing, but staying aware, alert to everything without making judgments, then you'll see everything equally. You won't decide that an elephant is more important than an ant. Have you ever looked at an ant with full attention? Spend a little time with them, and you'll see that they are incredible creatures, a marvel of design. If you pay enough attention to an ant, you'll realize that the Creator put just as much attention into making the ant as into making you. You just need to sharpen your ability to pay attention, not to something specific, but to everything around you. If you pay attention to yourself, you'll realize that this body, though nourished by food from outside, is actually created from within. This means the source of creation is working inside you. So, when you don't know the true nature of creation, you attribute it to God. This is just your explanation for creation. Different cultures and countries have given it various names and explanations, but ultimately, everyone is trying to describe the same thing: the source of creation. If you realize that the source of creation is vibrating within you, and yet you never seek it, that is truly unfortunate. Yes, if the Creator is somewhere up above, it's a different matter. But if it's within you, pulsing and alive, and you don't experience it, then that is a tragedy. The entire purpose of life should be to avoid this misfortune.